Welcome to Tyler's Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is September the 9th, 2023. And now I need to fix my chair. Jesus. We have, that dates. Ladies and gentlemen, we have that date. I forgot what I said. I think it's September 9th, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got some updates here. For Impact Wrestling just announced on their Victory Road who's going to be their Hall of Fame for this year. Normally, they're not like WWE that has like 7 guys or 5 guys or women in their Hall of Fame. They just choose one person or a tag team. It is a tag team, a commentary team that will be on the Hall of Fame, and that's going to be Mike Tenay and rest in peace, Don West. They're going to be in the Hall of Fame for this year. That's going to happen in October at Bound for Glory. That's pretty cool for them that they're going to be part of the Hall of Fame. But ladies and gentlemen, we heard about this merger between the WWE and UFC. And we found out when this deal is finally officially going to happen. At September 12th, 2023, it could be finally over and it could be there. We could have the merger. And we want to know what is going to happen with Triple H as the head of creative. Is everything going to get changed? We have no idea. But I think I don't remember, this is a merger. It's not only what the UFC guys wants. It's what WWE wants as well. If WWE is going to keep Triple H as the head of creative, they're going to keep him. I think there's going to be a lot of voting happening, but WWE needs some of their guys to do some office work as well. Because UFC does not know how to make a match. They don't know what they're looking at. So I'm hoping that Triple H stays at head of creative because Triple H knows what he's doing, not like these UFC guys know how to make matches in their show and not know how to make matches in the WWE. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got all the matches that happened at Victory Road. I got the list here. I didn't watch. I saw some things. We do have a new champion. But I guess on the pre-show, Bully Ray ran over PCO when he was trying to walk to the building. So that's going to be interesting as well. I don't know what happened there. But ladies and gentlemen, Alan Angels had an open challenge to anyone. He doesn't care if he's a legend. He doesn't care if he's a future star, a present star. And the man that accepted the match was Little Guido. Little Nazio, if you don't know who that is, he's a former Cruiserweight champion. He's a former ECW champion. I forgot what title he won. But ladies and gentlemen, this guy been in almost every single company. I think he's been in WCW. I don't know he's been in WCW. I don't watch WCW. I think he was in Impact Wrestling a couple of times. WWE, he's a former WWE Cruiserweight champion. I don't think he went to AEW, but he did went to WWE and Impact Wrestling, I believe. And ladies and gentlemen, it's pretty cool for him. But ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match was Alan Angels. That's what it says on here. Then we had the ABC, Ace Austin and Chris Bay versus Moose and Brian Myers in the pre-show. And the winner of that match was ABC. And then we got Leo Rush defending his his Impact X Division Championship against Kushida. And when I read that Leo Rush did a low blow to get the win. I think he did a low blow and then he did his finisher to get the win. We had the MK Ultra, Kelly Kelly and Masha Simon Biss versus Giselle Saul and Savannah Evans for the Knockouts World Tag Team Championships. So does this mean that Giselle Shaw and Savannah Evans is done getting a shot of the title? Because I'm hoping that's it, because this is like their third, fourth try to get to the tag titles, and they lost. No more shots for these ladies, please. Then we have Crazy Steve versus Black Taurus. And the winner of that match was Crazy Steve. I did not hear that he got himself disqualified. It doesn't say he got disqualified. Crazy Steve won the match. Then we had Tommy Dreamer versus Kenny King for the Digital Media Championship and for Tommy Dreamer's career. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there was a lot of things happening. Sheldon Jean got himself involved, and even Heath got himself involved. And ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match and your new Impact Wrestling Digital Champion, Digital Media Champion, and keeps his job, his career, Tommy Dreamer. That's pretty cool for him. I don't think he's going to hold that title long. I'm hoping that he vacates that title because he got his career still. But he doesn't need a digital media title. I think he's a producer in Impact Wrestling right now. I don't think he needs a title right now. So I'm hoping that he vacates the title and then they have like a battle royal or a tournament for the championship. We have the returning Jordan Grace versus Deonna Purrazzo. And ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match was Jordan Grace getting the win, our big win here. We got PCO versus Bully Ray in an anything goes match. And well, ladies and gentlemen, we heard that Bully Ray try to use lighter fluid put in his mouth. But we heard that PCO spit that fluid out of his mouth. But ladies and gentlemen, Santino got himself involved because he got slapped by Bully Ray. And ladies and gentlemen, he did the Cobra. And ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match was PCO. My neck is itchy for some reason. I don't know why. We had the Rascals, Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz versus the Morty State Machine Guns for the Impact World Tag Team Championships. And ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match with a lot of cheating, with the good hands and the paint can, was the Rascals. They retained the titles. Then we had Trinity versus Alicia Edwards for the Knockouts Championship. And I read that the referee got knocked out. Eddie Edwards attacked Trinity again, trying to put her through a table until Tracy Brooks and Frankie Kazarian came out to help Trinity. And then Trinity put Eddie Edwards through a table. And then Trinity gets the win. Then we had Josh Alexander versus Steve Macklin. I didn't read a lot about this match because I was just waiting for this match to the main event to end to do this video, so I didn't do my research. But ladies and gentlemen, the winner of that match was Josh Alexander. So it sounds like a pretty decent show for Impact Wrestling. So that's pretty cool. Friday Night Smackdown, we didn't get a lot of segments. And we had the India Spectacular show. I guess I can't do a result video on it because it wasn't on TV. It was like a live show. So we do know that Seth Rollins was teaming up with John Cena to versus the Imperium. And I think they won that, John Cena and Seth Rollins, because John Cena's first match into India. Shanky made his return as well. And the Great Khali made his return. And he says he has one more match in him. So will we see the Great Khali in one more match? He did not wrestle in the India show. But can we see the Great Khali at one more match? He's a WWE Hall of Famer. I wonder how he puts that ring on his big giant hand. Does he have a ring, or they give him a necklace or something? I don't know. I really don't know. Because I don't think there's a lot of giants. There's Andre the Giant, but he's passed away, so we can't see him put that ring on his finger. But the Great Khali has big giant hands. He does that vice grip. So how does he put a big giant a small little ring on his finger. I think he's married. How do you put a wedding ring on your finger? You have giant hands. I do not want to put my head in his hands. The guy will crush my head. I've seen him doing these biceps, and sometimes it looks nasty. Especially what he did to Rey Mysterio. He squished his head, and Rey Mysterio's bleeding out his mouth. Oh my god. It's like watching a horror movie. It's not supposed to be a horror movie, but he looks like he's squashing a watermelon, but it was somebody's head. What is going on here? That's what I was a kid watching that. Okay, I was a kid watching that, and I don't know what is happening. Okay, I don't know who the heck is this big giant fella, and he's doing freaking squishing people's heads. So, I don't know what I was watching. I was a kid back then. I was old enough to watch wrestling. I wasn't saying I was like a little baby watching it. Because I was born in the 1990s. So, the Great Khali was wrestling in the 1990s. But I was old enough to watch it. My dad would let me watch it. And I was just seeing this big giant guy squishing people's heads with his bare hands. I wonder what you guys think. When you guys saw the bicep, did you guys like the bicep? I just thought it was a unique finisher to squish somebody's head, but some of these guys, when they're getting their heads squished, when their heads squash and red and sometimes bleeding out of their mouths, it looks disgusting. I'm not disgusted of now because I'm old. I'm older now. I know it's not real. Maybe the blood is real, but I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, the Great Khali has one more in him. Let's see what happens. There's a lot of segments that we saw. We saw a lot of interviews. We got Paul Heyman talking to Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso wants to be back in the bloodline, but Paul Heyman says, how about you finish the AJ Styles problem, and he will fix the Jimmy and Roman Reigns problem. And then Jimmy was about to do a handshake to Paul, and Paul just walked away. And then he talked to AJ Styles. AJ got pissed and grabbed Paul Heyman, and then he got knocked out by Jimmy Uso. And then, ladies and gentlemen, is there going to be a problem with the OC? Because the OC did not want to be part of this between the bloodline. AJ got mad about something, and he told the rest of the OC, don't come out with me in my match. So I don't know what happened there. But ladies and gentlemen, our first match of the evening, we got Charlotte Flair and Shotzi will be versing the Damage Control, Io and Bayley. But at the end, Bayley was about to jump off the turnbuckle, but for some reason she was keep on looking at Dakota Kai. And I think that why is because Asuka was behind Dakota Kai, behind the barricade, and snatches the Women's Championship from Dakota Kai and started dancing. Io Sky was distracted, and so was Bayley. And the winner of that match was Charlotte Flair and Shotzi. And then we have a stare down between Io Sky and Asuka. And we heard that next week, 2 weeks from now, Asuka will get a shot on the Women's Championship match against Io Sky. I think it's going to be an interesting match. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we heard that next week, the Grayson Waller effect, we'll have a special guest named John Cena. And we heard that The Miz and LA Knight is going to have a rematch. We don't know when. They said next week. I don't know. They didn't say Raw or Smackdown. And then Paul Heyman introduced himself to LA Knight. LA Knight wasn't having it. Paul Heyman got scared, and he looks like he's going to poop himself. There's a lot of people that just want to hurt Paul Heyman. AJ Styles wanted to hurt him. LA Knight got in his face. Oh my goodness. Well, speaking of LA Knight, we have LA Knight coming out. He's talking about Payback, that he did not need John Cena's help. He didn't need anyone's help to beat The Miz at Payback. But he says Miz wants to fight again, and he accepts. And then here comes Grayson Waller and Austin Theory coming out. And they are saying a whole bunch of things, saying that they're the best tag team, that they are undefeated because they had one match as a tag team, and all that stuff, and making fun of LA Knight, and he did not win anything yet. Austin Theory is a two-time United States champion, held the Money in the Bank. Grayson Waller won absolutely nothing. Even on NXT, he won nothing. LA Knight is a former $1 million champion, so I don't know why Grayson Waller is opening his mouth. But yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, then we had a match between Austin Theory and LA Knight. I thought it was a pretty decent match. Two former NXT stars versing each other, and I thought it was a pretty decent match. But the winner of that match was LA Knight. Yeah. LA Knight won the match, and then Grayson Waller looks like he was about to attack LA Knight from behind, but LA Knight caught him, and Grayson Waller ran away like a big baby. The Judgment Day came to SmackDown to have a match with a tag team, the Brawling Brutes, but they had some words to say. Well, we actually heard what Damian and Finn Balor had to say, but we didn't hear what Dominic has to say because he got booed out of the building. Like, get out, Dominic. Nobody cares about you. Well, I think they do because they're booing and they're reacting, and that's what WWE wants, people to react. So, Dominic is doing his job. So, we didn't really hear a lot of what Dominic says. He just says Mommy is around the world because she's in India, defending her title against Natalya. And she won, of course. You think Natalya's going to beat Rhea Ripley? And then Butch and Dominic said they're the top faction. And then here comes the Brawling Brutes saying that they're the top faction. They just want to fight. They want to hurt. And ladies and gentlemen, Rich Holland says, you shouldn't worry about me. You should worry about Butch. And Finn Balor was pointing at Mr. Pokinum, saying, I'm not going to worry about this guy. And then Butch just grabbed his hand and breaks his fingers. And we have a tag team match. It was a pretty decent match. But the winner of that match was the Judgment Day, getting the win. But some reason, Pretty Deadly was watching this match in the backstage. So, what's happening there? Our main event, we got AJ Styles versus Jimmy Uso. I thought it was a pretty decent match for these guys. I enjoyed the match. But there's a lot of things happening. We got Solo there. We got Paul Heyman there. I thought Solo wasn't here on Friday Night SmackDown. That's what Paul Heyman told Jimmy earlier. And he's there. But ladies and gentlemen, a lot of things are happening. But the winner of that match was AJ Styles with a lot of distractions. But AJ gets the win, but the Judgment Day attacks AJ. What is going on with the Judgment Day? Why they're attacking AJ? They throw AJ inside the ring for Solo to do his Samoan Spike onto AJ Styles. They were just making fun of the bloodline. And now you're going to help him? Ay, ay, ay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for me today. If you guys enjoyed this video, I got the yards. Hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys Tuesday for Monday Night Raw results because there's no pay-per-view that's happening. So that's all for me today. Tyler Zell. See you guys on Tuesday. Bye!